Mark your calendars. The AZ Oktoberfest 2025 is happening 31st of October to November 2nd at the iconic Nitro compound in Maricopa, Arizona. This track is next level with huge elevation, massive jumps, and fast technical layouts that keep the action intense all weekend long. Add some night racing under the lights and perfect fall desert weather with temperatures from 70s to the low 80s, and you have the ultimate RC weekend. Classes include novice, sportsman, intermediate, pro, 40 plus, short course truck, and you have the open class. This is for any skill level as a second buggy class. And of course, they have a 16 and under class with their dedicated 16 and under final. Race and hang out with RC stars like Ryan Mayfield, Spencer Rivkin, Spencer Heckert, Camden Lime, and the Iceman, Mason Fuller. They have a massive raffle from all the sponsors that participated, live coverage by Mod Live Media. This is one race you don't want to miss. Follow the Nitro Compound on Facebook and Instagram for more details, and get ready to send it at the AZ Oktoberfest.
Stop scrolling, you nerd. Learn something new with invisible speed.
Are you the driver of this car?
Yes, sir. Why?
You just won a free alignment.
I had my car touched by JQ, and now I don't feel safe.
I can say that he did improve his time 10 seconds and his best lap.
Last question, would you recommend the invisible speed course?
Yeah, for sure. Spend your money. Good spend.
If you want to learn more and make your speed visible, stop scrolling!
Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right. Yeah.
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
Go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no!
I like this.
Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday morning. We are back for another live recap show of the 2025 IFMAR 10 scale off-road world championships taking place down under in Sydney, Australia at the Hills RC Club. We have Pekko the Parrot back in the house. He's not eating a Vegemite sandwich at the moment.
I had it earlier today. So
I
had it like 20 minutes ago, dude.
How many how many bottles of Vegemite did you take back from Australia?
I didn't take any, actually. I got one from Sam, actually, because he sent me some parts. So he sent the bottle. So it was super nice.
Okay. Awesome. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are well. If anybody out in the Facebook is there, shoot me a message because I don't see anybody from Facebook on here and I wasn't watching it, but please share this out. We had 150 plus people watching yesterday. Hopefully we break that and get up to about 200 people today, actually. We do have a poll going on in the YouTube, so share this out, and help us also have a good live show. Kevin Caston, he's in the house. What's up, Kevin? He goes, what's going on, Lefty? Man, a busy week for everybody. What's up, Frederick Moberg? No, Max is not here. It's Pekko. Dino DeMarco is tuning in from Australia. Charlie Mack, RCO Track, Saysq Leak. He's in Barcelona. He wants to know what quality carrot. What a mistake. What a quality for Carrot. What a mistake by Riven. All the best. Press that like button. Absolutely. We got my friend Weldon Wade in her. We got BJ Williams. And if you are in the Facebook chat, head on over to the YouTube chat. Take part of our poll over there. And if you could get that poll done, we'll do another one. And we have a goal because all super chats are being split by this guy. This guy right here. So he can go buy some more Vegemite.
Yeah, man, that would be amazing.
All right. Well, before we get started, I want to say a big thank you to all of you guys out there, the NNRC squad. We are about 140 away from 8,000 subs. So please share that out. I would love to hit that by middle of this month. Please hit that sub like notification button on the YouTubes. Help us grow the channel. And thank you very much. A big shout out to all the NNRC members and patrons of the of the podcast. You guys, thank you guys for your extra support. You will get early access. You might even get a live show, a separate live show today, because I have a whole bunch of rumors that probably can't say here publicly, but I will try to say them in that. So we'll see. If you wish to support the podcast, you can. Links for that in the written description of this podcast. Also, a big shout out to the companies that make this happen and during the Sponsors of Love shows, the Podcast of Love. We are coming up in 2026. If you're a company, you like this platform, you want to support us, and you think this is a great place to advertise, hit us up. We're going to start looking for sponsors for 2026 very soon. Of course, they are J Concepts, High Tech RCD, Sidewinder Fuels, Letera Racing, Invisible Speed, ML Toys, Dollar Hobbies, Side Piece Racing, Get Shit Done Coffee. That's what I'm drinking right now. Elite RC Productions, they're at Adrenaline Invitational this weekend. RC Project, Mayako, Techno RC, Beach RC, Racecraft USA, and Clinic RC. Shout out to our drivers, David Ronafalk, Robert Battier, Alexander Hagback, Matty G, Pekko Evening, Una Hutton, and Mason Fuller. And you can find links for all of those companies in the written description of the podcast on YouTube. Go check it out. Helps us out. You have some affiliate links, you have some coupon codes. You can save some money. You can help us make some money. And some are just links that you can share. All right. If you guys can share this out, I would greatly appreciate that. I don't know what's going on in the Facebook. We got David Bauman. He says, still 10 scale boring time for some super chats, dudes. Bauman, he hates 10 scale, but he likes the lives. That's what it is. But we got a lot to talk about. We had a good day of qualifying yesterday, last night for us. Early morning. I did not watch Q4. I went to sleep before. I saw that Carap TQ'd overall, and I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep. I didn't watch it this morning. I watched there's a lot of good content coming out of the Worlds. I watched the track walk with Ben Panic, Rob Aidenhorn, and Ronafalk today. Red RC's doing a lot of great write-ups as well. Action RC's doing a lot of good write-ups as well. But yeah, the talk of the town right now is Marcus Carrot, man. Impressive. Once again, impressive. I feel like I am at the Worlds, E-Buggy Worlds all over again. That's what it felt like yesterday. So, I don't know. Let's get into it, Pekko. So, yesterday morning, they started out with another seeding practice, right? And then Ongaro came out of the gates flying. Like won that. I was like, ooh. It kind of reminded me of the practice race, the practice final that we had at the E-Buggy Worlds where Carap kind of was, they kind of battled it out. And I was like, oh, wow, Ongaro is looking rapid. but unfortunately, he never really showed that pace again throughout the qualifying. Still in a top 10 position, but did not show that pace that we saw in the control practice that we saw. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Let's deal with that first, because that was a seeding practice, and it kind of set people where they were going to start, if I'm not mistaken. But I think a faster time.
No, yeah, it was on 5-minute run. I didn't care to watch because I was already sleeping, and I think I didn't even watch it in the replay. I just watched all the qualifiers.
Okay.
So, but I think the track was a bit damped in the first one, so maybe that's why Ongaro was fastest. It was maybe a bit more slippery or something, and his car setup was perfect for that. And I don't know, it went downhill from that for sure.
I mean, downhill, whereas I would say that in this type of racing, qualifying is very important. You don't want to be starting at the back of the pack. We're not saying that you can't win from the back of the pack, but it's extremely hard to do that.
I don't know. It will be. For sure, the finals will be interesting. Because
I hope so.
When they have had race on this kind of surface last time,
well,
all of these guys.
It is. That's the truth. We will see some racing here shortly. Later on today. I wonder what time A1 kicks off. It will be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we still have one more qualifier to go, but let's go. I'm just trying to fix some of my notes here. Let's go over some of the. You know what we forgot to talk about yesterday actually was the actual track. Right?
Yeah.
So I have that in my notes to talk about. I did watch the walkabout. You can't really tell, like a lot of these tracks, you can't really tell how much elevation it is until you're actually there or you see a video. But there's quite a lot of elevation. Actually, it was getting quite rough too after day one.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of holes and stuff like that. There's been a lot of people complaining about this. Not complaining. There's been people that have said, not people that are racing it, people that are watching it. Oh, it's not got a lot of jumps. It's not got like this. It's not got big jumps. And even Kevin Casson says, am I the only one a little bit sad it wasn't wet, loose track racing like I thought it was going to be? Well, I watched them in the wet, loose track, and it looked boring as fuck. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but the track is still loose.
Yeah, but when it's wet, it's like driving on ice.
Yeah,
and
because the problem is that all the pins got stuffed with the mud, so there will be like slicks. So it's just
yeah, and they look like freaking E-Buggies going around the Silver State track, bounce and fucking slow. Like they just look. It looks unappealing. As soon as it starts drying out, that's when I like it. Right? It's drying out. That groove's coming in, and they're able to push and go faster. So I personally like that. I know people thought this was going to be some loamy, rough type of track, but it's not. I think it's great. I think the track develops.
I think it will have great racing for sure.
I think so too.
It's still like, I think I haven't watched that many lower heats, but probably you can see from the lower heats that it's not high grip track. Okay, it's still lower grip, and it's not easy to go around for sure. At least with the 2-woody, because it's just like the rear end is stepping out, and it's not like the cars are set up perfectly for this, so it looks like they have a lot of grip, but you can see from the setup they have, the wing they have, everything, that it's not high grip.
Dino says from driver's stand to back of the track, I think it's about 6 feet of elevation.
What is it in
That's
the
quite a lot.
system, metric system?
2 meters.
That's
2 meters. Okay. I think it's going to make. So here's the other thing I like about this track. We talked about it on the preview. Concrete freaking curbing. I absolutely love concrete curbing. I think it's necessary for all tracks. I think it makes for better racing.
Yeah.
I think it's just awesome. You're able to, I'm going to bring up some video. You're able to. I hate when you see a car going and then it hits one of these pipes or a pipe that's got a stupid.
Yeah, that's true. And you can run over these curbs and they look cool. Yeah,
it's like real racing.
Yeah, exactly.
If you if you can see when they go through that U into that chicane, like guys are using it. And I think Ronafalk even said they still have pipe on it, so you can't cut the track as much as if you do go too high up on it, you will get snagged by it. So actually, I'm going to bring up some of the racing when it's really wet, because I am not a fan of it. To be honest, I am not a fan of the track when it's really wet.
Yeah, me neither. It looks boring,
and it just looks like these guys are holding on for. You know what it reminds me of, Pekko? It reminds me of the Hootie Arena at 2019 when it was so slippery that it looked like those cars were going to just break traction anytime.
Yeah, that was terrible. I remember I was there.
Yeah, you was there, in it.
Yeah, that was super slippery. But I think this track will have a good racing tomorrow, because the thing is that this kind of track, when you're racing with someone, when you're ahead, it's super easy to overcook a corner, because you can just go a bit too fast in, and then you lose your steering and your car just goes forward. And the guy who's coming behind, he can cut inside and make a pass. So I think we will see some passes tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And you can see that this track, by the time they get to, so we're going to get into some qualifying. We're watching control practice of yesterday. Who needed a really good run in control practice yesterday was Dakota Fan, and he did not get it because he got a very slow track. And I thought that was the reason he wasn't doing well. But to be honest, it wasn't just a slow track. He just is. I think all the X-ray guys are off pace, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But here we go. You can see the track. This corner right here, people are using the curbing. Like when it's dry, you're able to go through there so fast, like a chicane, like those Australian V8 cars, when they come through that chicane, like boom, boom, it looks wicked. I like it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here's when it's semi-wet. This track does hold a lot of moisture, it seems, throughout the day with the obviously with the tree cover. But once it dries out, the groove really formed very fast today. So it's a lot of rubber.
I think it was faster today than yesterday, for sure.
Yeah, but we saw 12 lap runs. We saw 26-second laps, but it always it always was when the track was getting drier.
Yeah.
Or when it was dry.
And one thing we forgot to talk about was the cones. The corner table. I think that's a bit boring.
You don't like the cone? You want the cones removed?
Yeah, I think it would be fair.
What would your mentor say?
JQ?
He would be like, that is illegal. It is cutting the track.
He would say that it's same for everyone if their cones are there.
No, he would say...
he would say, probably if I would be racing there, he would say, stop hitting the fucking cones.
So, in first practice one, they left it. And I was like, dude, there were people like literally jumping right across it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to put up some cones because RC races are turning.
I knew that they're going to. They were saying on the live that, there is no cones. There won't be any cones. And then the next time I'm watching the live, there's 2 cones.
Well, there was one. Then they put another one on after that. So, this is what I wanted to talk about because he was doing quite well. Let's see. It was Fuma Sato. No, that's not him. Sorry, I thought it was him. But
the Kyosha driver.
Oh man, he was in his Q1. He was going faster than Fend because he's in the same. I think he was in the same heat as Fend, or maybe
he's at the moment. He's overall 22nd.
That's not bad at all.
He has 14, 22, and 25. It's quite good.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, it is a older platform. They have kind of updated it, but
still cool.
All right. Well, there's some video of the track when it's dry. Here's Heat 15 on with Carrot. He takes a TQ in this. Carrot makes it a boring qualifying session. I was hoping I was hoping that somebody would step up and beat him.
It was close.
It was very close.
It was close.
I thought Rivkin was going to do it, and I thought Bada was going to do it at one point too, but they didn't, dude. I think Carrot right now is just so full of confidence. It's going to be uber hard
Kobevic
beat
was fast on the last one.
He was.
Because it was slower. The track was slower for the last run. And he still did 0-1. I don't know what happened to Karup in the last one. Maybe he just settled down and tried to give out some points for other drivers from the AE tent. But Kobevic was super fast on that last one, actually. Who was
Thank
second
you.
on the last?
Thank you, Mike Winders, for the super chat. If you have a question, sir, or of any information you want to let us know, because I'm sure he's in tune with the Schumacher guys who found something overnight, if you ask me, because everybody who was running Schumacher looked great yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything. You're
I'm
a Schumacher driver.
I'm not there.
Oh, you should be in contact with him. We will take questions from you guys here in a bit. They're not, they weren't saying nothing on the feed. Like the guy would ask them what they're doing. They're like, I can't talk about it. Because you know who looked good too? Cole Tollard. Like Cole Tollard, Nate Sutherland looked good.
Yeah.
All the Schumacher guys.
Yeah, Nate
good.
is doing super good actually. He's 18th. I think he normally runs stock in 10 scale. He's doing well. Cole Tollard, 17th.
Thank you very much. The team looks very good. Thank you, Mike, for the super chats. We are taking super chats. Remember, Pekko gets half the super chats. He's gotta buy some lunch meat and cheese.
But yeah, here's the thing. Kobevic was first. Time was 11:501.3. Horn was second, 11:503.8. So I think that was the biggest gap. If we don't consider like the Spencer making the mistake, not running the last lap, because without that he would have been like probably 1 second off from Marcus. So,
dude, do you want to talk about that right now? Because
we can talk about that.
I felt bad for Spencer. He was going. He was in a 12 flat pace because I think he was in a B sort, right? So he was in a B sort.
Yeah, he was.
And then when he pulled off, I was like, "No, what are you doing?" And then I think it was Jamie Hall's like, "Go.
And that like for sure sucks. The thing is that it didn't matter for him because I think he was like 1 second off from the pace to be TQ. Like if we are
being realistic.
Yeah, if we are realistic. So basically he was still second, but when you do that, you probably don't feel that good.
He was not. He was when they interviewed him, he was pissed. So this is what he said. He said, he said his car was great. And he said he was confused because there's no commentary. And he said, and this is nothing to do with the commentary that's doing not the commentary that's doing the live stream. Now that was involved because he said he could hear them as well because they're very close to the driver's stand. And there's no commentary at the track to let you know what's going on. And this comes back to our fucking rant about this stuff that we need an announcer. How are we gonna grow RC if I wish I could imitate JQ? It's like vacuums going around the track. Like it's fucking boring. And if there was an announcer to say, Spencer, you still going, he wouldn't have made that mistake.
Exactly. And they could fix that right away. They just pluck Mike for Scotty. It'll be fine.
Well, I mean, so that's the difference, right? The commentators commentating what's going on the screen. They need to have a race announcer there. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but I mean, you can do it at the same time. I think in ABC, Scotty does it for both.
He does, but for this event, you would need to just have
you would need it. Yeah, you would need it. That's for sure. Like it's just, but still. That's stupid rule.
It sucks, right? So IFMAR, let's fucking change the stupid rule because it's no atmosphere whatsoever. None. It's dumb. That's what the next poll is going to be. Who agrees that they need to have announcing at the track? I'm going to do that next. That's going to be the next poll. And he was pissed off. You can see like he was mad at himself. He said it's nobody else's fault but myself.
Yeah.
Co-casting is maybe Scotty needs to drop the volume 2 clicks. He did get excited, but
he did.
It's hard to not get excited. I know it's hard. If they don't have a race direct, that's crazy.
You get excited 2 laps after.
I know, but I'm usually in a closed place where they can't hear me. It's hard not to get excited. But I also have an announcer announcing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So you can't hear me over the announcer. Jeff Reddy, Spencer claimed about Scotty being loud and he couldn't hear the computer. I think, but he was just mad, so it may have been the situation. He did, but I did hear some other guys say we could hear the announcers. All right, but they're doing their job. If they had a freaking race director and announcing going on, they wouldn't hear them.
Yeah, but still, if you're not sure, just continue.
He should have. He pulled off like I thought he knew he was going, and then he pulled off. Like, he got on. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, go." Go. So I don't know. I think if he could look back on the Worlds, while it doesn't cost him anything, right? It probably mind fucks him a little bit, right?
It does.
So I really did feel bad for Spencer. I did. And not only that, but the announcer gets these people are sitting there watching the race, like have some atmosphere. Like I can't explain how boring the E-Buggy Worlds was without an announcer.
Exactly.
Dude, at the 12 scale Worlds I did in 2023, the onward guys who I thought would complain about everything, like the guy Jared Barden, he was calling a good race. He was calling, and I was calling the announcing there. It didn't bother them. These races it doesn't bother them.
It doesn't bother anyone.
God, come on, IFMAR. We need to change this rule. All right.
Also, like cheering from the track, like outside from the track, from the fans watching the race. That should be also allowed.
Yeah, if Stetson were there, if you sneezed, he'd kick you out of the race.
Yeah, like Hoodie Arena Worlds. Like when Fenn was racing against Bruno, and the whole hall just went like, whoa, boom, when Fenn made the pass.
I mean, it could be a little bit. It could go too extreme and be like the Riders' Cup herd that was in New York this past weekend, and all the Americans were heckling the Europeans every time they stepped up to putt, but the Europeans ended up winning.
So
Joseph Fisher says, can they have a headset on speaking with their team manager? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I have seen nobody with a headset on, so I don't think it's allowed.
I don't think so.
We're going to get into X-Ray, Frederick. We're going to get into X-Ray. If you guys have questions or want to have a special question, we have super chats going. We're trying to reach a goal. Let's see how our poll's going. We have 56 votes right now. The poll is who looks like the biggest threat to Carrot. We have Bada with 32, Rivkin with 39, Orlowski 14, other 14. Ooh, the faith is all in Rivkin. All right. Let's talk about Schumacher really quick. They have found something. Brock, highly impressive. We had some information from Brock. We should probably look at it. Hold on. Where is it? Brock was one of these racers who did not attend the warm-up. He hasn't been to this race. He came in there on a clean slate. He had a little bit of a slow start in practice. He's in the B sort, but he has come along quite fine, in my opinion, and had some really good results. He says we asked him about how the track was evolving. He says the track did not end up being as grippy as the night before. So he's talking about after his qualifying runs here. Though everybody has made improvements on their cars, so it seems the track is faster. The track is also falling off the track also fell off during round 4 of qualifying when the sun went behind the trees. So obviously the heat went out of the track. He says tires, we asked him if he's using new or used tires. Which one does he prefer? He says tires are all dependent on the time of day and whether or not the track has moisture. The common theme seems to be new when the track is wet and run used to close to ghost when the track is dry, which we talked about yesterday. The next question was, how do you feel the racing is going to be in the finals? He says the racing in the finals is going to be interesting. Obviously, there are certain sections that have quite a bit of grip, and there are certain sections there is zero traction. So racing close and keeping close distance to your competitor in front of you is going to be difficult, but also there could be carnage because it's difficult to race closely. We also asked him, do you feel confident with your package? He goes, I feel good about my package. I made some bad decisions on car setup coming into the qualifier 4, but I'm going back in another direction for qualifier 5, hoping for the best if points work out correctly. And then our last question was, my favorite thing to eat so far has been the spaghetti at an Italian joint in the shopping mall nearby. We asked them what their favorite food was to eat. All right, so that I would definitely say that Brock, Orlowski, Kobovic, the whole Schumacher team we talked about as a team, as a whole, improved a lot over the I would say not so it was impressive, but not as impressive first day. Yes, Orlowski was impressive, but when it came down to qualifying, everybody came in impressive. So I know you say you don't know what's going on. Oh no, I forgot. You're on the team want us to not say what's going on.
No. I really don't. I really don't know what they did, and didn't really ask. But yeah, I would say I was surprised by Daniel, how good he was, and also Brock. And I was waiting more from Michael, but yeah, now at the moment he's third best Schumacher, so we'll see how that ends up tomorrow. But I think Daniel for sure had an amazing qualifying.
You like that? Yeah, he did very well. He did very well. Well, both Kobovic and Orlowski are riding a high from the E-Buggy Worlds as well. Where they were very good. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here in Q5. Oh, excuse me. Obviously, the race is for 8th from 2nd to 10th. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I still think Daniel and Brock are the most impressive out of the Schumachers, though.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's get on to the other big story, which is X-Ray. So, dude, I think X-Ray's plans of dominance. I mean, look, listen, I was all about the X-Ray sweep a couple of months ago, especially after the Euros win, the Nats win, and all this type of stuff. But man, it's like, I swear, this is like going to the E-Buggy Worlds all over again.
Yeah, and you know what? I have a good comment to start this thing.
Go ahead.
X-Ray made a post about some Hoodie Arena race. And you know who commented in that? Guess who commented in that? You know one guy.
JQ?
No. Two.
Tater?
Who would comment in X-Ray's post? Or generally in Facebook?
Greg Degani?
Exactly.
Oh,
Greg Degani. Where are all your guys' world updates?
That sounds just like Greg Degani. That's exactly what Degani would do. So savage. I would say that X-Ray's grand plan has completely backfired on them.
Yeah.
As of now.
At least in this 2VD section. And they're actually now it's already impossible to have an X-Ray in the final. I made the calculations and yeah.
That's crazy.
Bartos could, like, if he TQs, he would be 11th.
Wow. And all this short chassis prep, not taking. I bet who I bet sitting off saying, you should have sent me too, because I didn't know worse than the rest of the team. Tater Sontag right now. He's probably sitting on his couch saying,
yeah,
hey, it would have been no harm sending me there either, because I couldn't do it seems like I don't know what happened. The whole short chassis thing that they went with, it seems to have just backfired on them completely.
Yeah.
Also, another thing we didn't talk about was Martin Beyer, who's the European champion, not racing
either.
Yeah, but as going there as more of a mechanic, what is going on with X-Ray?
And I think, like, we have done this also with JQ. Like, big races, it would be good to have the guy who is wrenching on the cars and making the car, basically, to race. Because then he knows what the situation is, and the whole team could really benefit in that. And at the moment, it looks like no one is getting the travel money.
I'm amazed. There's no Ronafalk. I mean, like they have good drivers. You got Schimmel, Chase Lemieux, Ronefalk, Fend, and Bartos, who's the youngest of them all, is the top X-ray guy right now. It's amazing to me. Should we talk about the rumors we heard?
Yeah.
You go ahead, because you heard the rumors. These are unfounded rumors, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that there was some people bending their chassis on purpose to change for longer ones.
Right, because they
And I
can.
heard it was some.
Don't say who it is. We're not to say
I
names.
Yeah,
But the rule is you can't change chassis, right?
No, yeah, you cannot change chassis until it's broken.
Really? So what if you did want to try different chassis, though? That's kind of an archaic
Break
rule.
it. That's how it has been all the time, like everywhere. You can test your chassis in the practice. But yeah, I think maybe the track conditions got them off guard with the chassis because they made like super short chassis and then it was too short. And I think with X-Ray, usually they run longer than most of the like other brands. So maybe they tried to copy a bit or something like that, and it didn't really pay out. And now they're in this trouble.
They're in a lot of trouble. I thought Fend was looking better, but dude, like I was like, okay, maybe because he's in that very low heat and he's getting a different track from the guys, but it cycled around, and even when he had a decent track, he was still not on pace. And I've heard rumors about him switching up electronics. We've heard rumors about him maybe changing radios, or his radio broke or something like that.
Yeah, I heard his radio broke.
So he's using a different radio.
Yeah.
Fend is if Fend is one of the best, if not the best, all-around drivers. That's my words. I still believe he is. When is he going to start showing it? Right now, he is the most overrated top driver. I would say that sometimes shit happens. You got to look at what he's been doing. He's had a very good first half of the year, but he's not having a very good second half.
Fend is the best driver who doesn't have World Championship.
Yeah, that's a good state. Like that doesn't him not doing well at these races. I don't think it's because of driving right now.
No, I don't think so.
So
I think there is a bigger problem because you can see it from the. I mean, if some other guy from XA would be in top 3, then yes. No. Oh, dude.
Thank you, Pete Martinez. God. Me and Pete's been talking all morning, pretty much. He is all about. We've had some good conversation. Thank you, Pete. He's an old school New York racer.
Thank you.
Pete.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Now Pekko can buy some ham and cheese. Not at the big race. Well, Fend has won. He won a national championship this year. He, I think he won. What else has Fend won this year? He won the Clash at the beginning of the year in 10 scale, which is the biggest 10 scale race in the world. He's won. He should have stayed with TLR and not get paid. Yeah, we all work for free. Yes, he did. David Bowman says Martinez raised the bar. Thank you. So Frederick, he has done well at big races, but he hasn't done well recently. Multiple 8 scale and 10 scale races over the last years. But I don't think it's like I said, I don't think it's his driving. I think it's an X-Ray as a whole. Just like we kind of saw X-Ray as a team at the E-Buggy Worlds, they were so good on the practice day, and then they just went backwards, while the Schumacher guys who were running the X-Ray cars went forward. So maybe it's a sign of the Schumacher team being able to work better as a team than the X-Ray team as well.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the team. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say because like this first part of Fend's a year has been like super good, and now it has gone like downhill. Maybe I just say maybe it has been the baby.
I was thinking that too. Another responsibility, having the baby. It's a lot of work.
For sure, that takes a lot of time for sure. So it could be that. It's hard to say.
That's dumb. Do you want to win or do you want a paycheck? You want a paycheck. You can't win if he still gets a paycheck. That's dumb. Would you paint a car for free? Would you paint a badass car and win it for free? No, you guys got to realize this is their job. He has pampers and diapers to pay for, pampers and milk to pay for.
Exactly.
He's won. Like people's like he hasn't won. He won. He's the fucking national champion.
Yeah.
In HCL Nitro Buggy and exactly. E-Buggy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yes. E-Buggy. Yeah, E-Buggy, Nitro Buggy, and Nitro Traggy.
He just hasn't won a world yet.
Yeah.
But you know who else? Guys think so Mayfield's only won one set of worlds.
2.
Well, I've said one. Two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. He won them in the same year.
But 2 worlds, dude. But yeah, Mayfield is also one that he hasn't won the 8-scale worlds. So he's a 8-scale driver.
He didn't win Raw this year, I don't think, Reddy. I think Schumacher won both classes at the Dirt Mats, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Schumacher?
I think Schumacher won one and Fendt won the other.
Someone will let us know.
I don't remember. For so far ago.
I get Fendt has to support his family. Maybe he needs to focus on one scale rather than both scales. I don't think that's feasible for him. He's hired to race both scales.
Yeah.
That's not feasible. All right. Let's move on to the team that's gelling very well and doing extremely well, which is, you are right. Fendt won 4-wheel drive and Schumacher won 2-wheel drive. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Chad. So it's not like it just fucking, like, sometimes you go in a slump.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like, he's so much better on the X-ray. He was in the first half of the year. But something's going on. Something is going on. He's got to figure it out, right? He's got to figure it out. He will.
I think it takes some time. Like now when he's having the baby, maybe trying to get the like daily rhythm going on and everything like that. I think it will take some time, but I think he will bounce back for sure.
All right. Let's move on to team associated dominance and why. I think if anybody can show how a team is working together right now, it's team associated. And they're very close to getting the 35th World Championship. All the team associated guys are doing well. I think let's see how many team associateds we got in right now in the A final and qualifying. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then right behind them, Tommy Hall in 11th.
That's
impressive. We had a very good Q4.
First X-ray is 14th.
Yeah.
There is 1 X-ray, 1 Mugen, 3 X-rays, 1 Mugen. All the others are Schumacher or AE in top 20. And the X-rays are 14th, 19th, and 20th.
Yeah. And then if you go 11th, 12th, it's associated, Schumacher, associated. Then you have the X-ray right there. And Lachlan Donnelly, who I was expecting to be in the final, is probably not gonna be in the final. A bit.
No, it's impossible, I think already.
It's a bit who's writing this? The No Name RC podcast. Nobody from X-ray can make the final. I have no idea who's writing that. It might be Max.
What?
Somebody wrote right here from the No Name RC podcast. Nobody from X-ray can make the main. I can only think that's Max doing that.
Maybe it's Max, but I already said that.
Yeah,
he's late. He's late to the party.
He's late for his write-up too of qualifying.
Ah.
He wrote up about practice. Pekko, CBD wants to know CDB wants to know is Pekko running the laid-on or layback chassis transmission?
I have no idea. Probably he wouldn't tell me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
So what is it you think that's doing what's gelling for the associated guys?
I think for AE, the thing is that there's a lot of locals running the car, and also they have been there. Like Spencer went there already 1 year ago for the Nationals, so I think they have a lot of knowledge around the track and how to set up the car, and they have a big team that also helps. So I think that's why they are doing well, and they have good drivers.
Absolutely. Why do you guys in the chat think? Also, we're gonna cut the poll off at 100 votes. We got 72. Go in there, make your poll in the YouTube chat, and then we're gonna start another poll after that, please. And let's see how it goes. Another person that's also been impressive. He's currently in 8th right now, and we've talked about him yesterday. Is Kauki Kato? Like, he has been very impressive.
Yeah, he's really dialed in. I think I saw some picture. He has been practicing at home on some weird kind of track. I think in Japan they have weird tracks like those potato fields or something like that. So he has had good practice at home for sure. And he was also at the warm-up, I think. And he did well also there. So I think he practices a lot, and I think that's paying off for sure this year for him.
Yeah, actually, we had some words from him. He doesn't speak English, isn't his first language, but he did send us a message. Let me bring it up. Kauki Kata. He goes, you asked him, how is the track evolving today? Similar as yesterday or different? I feel the same as yesterday, but I think I'm in a slightly better condition today. New or used tires? Which one do you prefer? I like used tires. How do you feel the racing is going to be in the finals? The pace in the last one wasn't fast, but I'm confident in my stability. Do you feel confident with your package? Yes, my car is really good. And he goes, what has been the best thing you have eaten so far during this trip? Australian beef.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree with that. I like the answer.
Okay. We also talked to Nate Sutherland. Nate Sutherland, we asked him the same question. He said the track is definitely a different progression today. Track still had a groove and came in much quicker. I did notice that myself. He prefers new tires, definitely better. He says, I think it will be interesting in the racing aspect. He thinks it will be interesting. A lot of these drivers haven't raced this level on outdoor dirt, so it'll be exciting to see how well they can race. Also, I watched an interview of Nate. He brought up some good points too. How do you feel with your package? You feel amazing with my program. Trish, Mark, and the whole Schumacher team have worked amazingly. There we go to that again. And he says, it wasn't the best thing, but I tried Vegemite. It's definitely a word tasting thing. Salty licorice. So Nate also said something that I thought was pretty impressive too. When in his interview, he says he thinks the guy asked him, is it more difficult? Is it easier for you to race her about coming from stock to mod here on this type of surface, or compared to doing it in America? He says it's a lot harder here to drive because of the grip conditions. He goes, when you run mod in America, like he said, he used Hoosier, which is a glue track. He goes, you can go from stock to mod quite easily because it's a lot of grip. You ain't doing donuts. And he was like, it is very difficult on her to drive without, he goes, you go a little bit off the line and you're doing a donut and you're sliding out. So it was a lot more different for him coming up.
Yeah, I would agree that. Because it's the thing is, when you're running stock on this kind of conditions, would be that you can punch it quite a lot, and the gearing is like super smooth, so it doesn't have that much wheel spin. But when you go on driving mod, you still have quite slow motor in, but still it has like more wheel spin, so you need to be more careful with the trigger. So I think that is a good point he made.
All right, let's talk about some. I wouldn't say it's a surprise. It is a surprise, but Davy Bada has been impressively fast all week. I think he's one of the guys that can possibly beat Carup if the racing comes to. If Davy gets aggressive, he can do it. But at one point, he was on a good run, and I thought he was going to take TQ from Carup.
Yeah, I think it was the first or second one, and he was like going super fast, but then Carup took it back. But yeah, I think we are onto some good racing for tomorrow. I think also Daniel can make something happen for sure.
Yeah. Well, this is what Bada had to say. He says the track seems to be evolving a lot quicker, which is good for me because my car didn't seem too good when it was wet. He is definitely liking used tires seem to be the ticket as new ones come in a lot at the end of the run. I think the racing is going to be super tight. I think it will be whoever can handle the nerves to take the win. He says, I'm very confident in my package going into qualifying, so now it's just up to me not to crash. I see where I end up. And he says the best thing he's had to eat has been at the track, at the cafe near the track. We've been every morning. He says it's a breakfast. It's called a brekkie burger. So breakfast burger.
That sounds good also.
All right. Let's go. Oh, we still have some. Do you want to talk about Carop? But you did have some words of Carop, and it was very few.
Yeah, and also Daniel.
We did we do Daniel? Oh no, we didn't. Okay. Carop says track was quite similar to yesterday. Didn't really change much besides from the first morning run. The tire is dependent on the condition of the track, so he's using both. How do you feel the racing is going to be in the finals? I think the racing is going to be really tight, good for display of the sport. I feel really confident with my package. We are going to try some stuff tomorrow, but package is really good. The best thing I've eaten must be the brekkie burger for the local place here in Australia. And we'll go through what Kobovic says. Kobovic says similar, but started out with way more grip than yesterday morning. Newer used tires, difficult. Have tried both, not sure. Morning new. This is very Scandinavian answers, by the way.
Yeah.
How to feel the racing is going to be in the finals. Difficult to say, but I think close. And if you get a gap, it's difficult to close it. Difficult to catch somebody. Do you feel confident with your package? Yes, Q4 was great after some changes. Found some good speed for that one. What has been the best thing you've eaten so far? He says a slushy to drink. The chocolate milk is also quite good here, but actually a chicken and a bowl of rice curry on the Moto. I don't know what that means, but he's enjoying the chicken and curry. But you know what happens in chicken and curry when it gets mixed up, especially with chocolate milk. All right, let's what else do we have here before I go on? We'll do some questions. We'll do some comments because we always like to interact with the chat. To answer the body question, I will paint a body for. I was talking about your real job, not painting RC car bodies. I'm talking about painting real cars because that's your real job, right? Kevin Caston, you paint cars for a living. You do auto body, I think. Would you do auto body for free and then expect to do it on a commission based? Like as good as your paint job is, you get paid by? And you have a family to provide for? No. I don't see what the big misconception is with guys who can't understand that this is a real fucking job for most of these guys. It just happens to be racing something that most people do for fun. It's a real job. You don't go, if this is your real job, you're not going to go on a commission-based thing where you, and not only that, you could be leading a race and some fucking buddy takes you out and breaks your car with 1 minute to go and there goes your whole fucking paycheck, right? That doesn't happen. Like you could be painting a car, right? Once it's done, it's done. That person can go out there, crash that car after it, and then you get that car comes back to you to paint again. All right. Anything else to add before we go on to some more stuff?
There's a good question, actually, from my mom.
Oh.
What has happened to S-Work drivers? Are there any of them? Where is S-Works?
They're not there.
Why? They just came out with new car.
But is it a dark-based car?
Yeah, they run it at the Arena Euros.
So I don't know why they're not there, but I do know this. I do know that Mika and Robert and Canas are all coming to AMS, and I think they're all going to the Florida Carpet Championships right afterwards.
Yeah, so
I don't know why they're not there.
Exactly. And also Jorn.
I did not hear about Jorn coming to AMS, so I don't know what's going on with that. But it is weird Jorn not being here because he's the type of driver that would do really good at this type of track, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would be. And I think also Misha would do good.
I don't know
where they are.
All right, so let's talk about Horn. Horn looked pretty good out there as well.
Yeah, he was fast in the last one.
He's been pretty steady the entire week. I actually kind of have him as my dark horse, which is I put in the notes here. I said, in my opinion, these are the drivers who I think because I honestly think it's Carib's race to lose at this moment, and I think the drivers that are the ones that can pip him are Rivkin, Kubovic, Bada, Horn. And I would have to throw in a Champlin and Orlovsky in there. What?
Yeah, I think the mix will be quite good. I think now watching these drivers and thinking about it, I think tomorrow will be quite tight.
So many great drivers are absent. A bit of a disappointment. What drivers besides Jorn Newman, Ryan Cavallari, and Taylor Sontag are missing? Because Mayfield is not racing 10 scale. I think he's retired from 10 scale. He's a
world champion, dude.
So is Tebow, but why do people give Mayfield shit about not running 10 scale, but nobody give shit about Tebow not running 10 scale?
Well, he is retired. Oh, he was.
No, he retired from 10 scale first.
And then retired from 8 scale.
Yeah, like years later. But he also went through a period of years where he didn't race 10 scale before he retired from 8 scale. Semi-retired because he's still racing 8 scale.
Yeah.
Like, has anybody seen Mayfield at any big races in the last year and a half racing 10 scale? If he was, then I would understand.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
But he hasn't been. Because Mayfield would have been good on this track.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's not there.
Yeah.
We would have thought that Fenn would have been good on this track too. But I don't think it's Fenn. You're still missing the point, Kevin Caston. Max, why the fuck is Cav not there? I don't know. Ask his fucking sponsors.
We talked about yesterday.
That's right, Max. You should have paid attention.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a chassis sponsor. He's going to pay him to go there. He doesn't have a tire sponsor. It doesn't matter because it's an open tire. I mean, he has a tire sponsor, but it's TZO. They're not going to pay for him to go there. One Up probably said, you know what? We'll save our money. Send you up here to Oregon or wherever he's going, Washington, to race up here where you're going to be more effective. That's it. It sucks.
Yeah.
End of an era. But when people say there's a lot of good drivers not running, it's only a handful, and it's just a sign of the times, right? I would say that the Taylor situation and the S-Work situation surprises me more than anything.
Yeah, me too.
So who's your pick, Pekko? Who you think can take out Carrot?
I think if Marcus Carrot does what Marcus Carrot usually does, he's going to win. Fair and square. First 2 finals. He's going to win. He's not going to run the third one. Absolutely. If something happens, it will be a tight race between Daniel, Davey, Brock, and Michael. And also Spencer. Because everything can happen. If someone crashes in front of you, it's super easy to get tangled up. Because I saw in qualifying, I think that happened to Michael. Ungaro made a mistake and he just slightly touched him and he went sideways and got tangled up. So I think there could be some drama on the first laps. And like someone said in the questions we asked, the grip level of the track is inconsistent. And also they said in the track walks that when you are going uphill on the track, the grip seems to be lower. It's funny, but yeah, seems to be lower on those parts. So I think if Carps does something weird, then it's going to be a close race. But if he does what he normally does, he's going to win.
I would agree with that. I think if he's obviously going to start on pole, so he's going to get a good start. If he could just pull away, and it's going to be like the E-Buggy Worlds. Like he would get out to a lead, and that was it. And I don't want to see. I mean, part of me wants to see that because I really would like him to. I would be happy if he won this. I think it would be great. I think it would be great. I think it would be awesome. But I wouldn't be mad if Davey Botta won this. I wouldn't be mad if Aiden Horn won this. I wouldn't be mad if Orlovsky and Chapman won this. Okay, if Rivkin won it, I'd be like, okay, it's cool. He already has 2. But, 3 would be fine too.
Yeah.
But I would like to see one. Go ahead.
I think I would like to see a good race. I would be happy.
Yes.
If we can
That's
see
what I wanna
some,
see.
like, we haven't seen, like, really great racing for a long time. Okay, let's say.
We didn't get it at E-Buggy Worlds.
No.
But the last great race that I saw was the 8-scale nationals between Fenn and Mayfield. That was a great race.
That was more like a race that who crashes more. I think
it was still a good race. At
DNC in Truggy
was a good race
between Mayfield and Seth Mondale. I think that was
we didn't see a good race at the 2024 Worlds because Ongaro just ran away with it.
Yeah.
So I just want to see a good race.
I want to see some badass racing.
That's what I want to see.
Like that's people passing like 2 times in a one lap, and Scotty going crazy on the mic.
Actually, I'm gonna end our poll because I have a next question. We got 87 votes. You guys have got 13 more votes to go. Right now, Rivkin is still winning the poll at the moment. And we're about 3 short of we're 7 short of our super chat goal. Which brings up my next question. The next generation has arrived in 10 scale, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like this new generation of racers, these young racers.
Well, who's from this is old generation? Tell me.
That's what I said. The next generation has arrived.
Yeah.
I would say like Orlovsky and Brock are the older ones.
I would say Orlovsky and Spencer.
Yeah, and Rivkin, sorry.
But like literally, if I would say someone is old generation, it would be Ron Falcon Fenn.
They are at this race.
And they are 19th and 20th. So it is.
It is. I think in 10 scale, it's definitely come around. 8 scale, it's still kind of there. Not there.
Yeah.
We see that's where we're seeing like Mayfield still being dominant. Like he kicked everybody's ass at that Peach State race.
Cars are smaller, harder to see when you get
maybe
older.
A lot harder to drive too.
Exactly.
A lot harder to drive. What do you guys think about that? Is the new generation arrived in 10 scale? All right, Pekko. I don't really have much more to talk about that. I think we're going to take some Q&A from everybody. If you guys want a Q&A, if you want an in-depth Q&A, send us a super chat or become a member. Remember, Pekko gets half of the super chats from this week. So it's important. It helps us keep doing. Let's see. Lutek is talking about GT racing. Good race was the recent GT World with Flavio Elias getting a podium after some driver broke his car on the previous one. I didn't watch that much of that racing. It was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Michael Gillette would you agree that the winner will need to be a top 4 or 5 in qualifying because they have to move to the front?
I would
say so.
I would.
Unless there's
if there is a pileup, then it depends how the racing will be on the first laps, and we can see that only from the practice. So, like I think they will have a practice final, like normally they have. So, I think we can see from that what's gonna really happen, because we are not going to see racing in qualifying. That's for sure. So I think that practice final will be interesting, and that will tell a lot what's going to happen in the mains.
Yeah, unless there's a big pile up on that first corner and like Ongaro zips by, and I think he's going to be about 8th or 9th. We'll see what he does.
But I think there could be a pile up everywhere on this track on the first lap.
You know what? I can only hope that happens. Then we'll have some good racing. But history has taught us not to expect that. Christophe Chardon, is the four-wheel drive, Mugen four-wheel drive proto-present? Yes, it is present. Red RC said that it is actually almost pre-production. There's Burak driving it. There's another Japanese driver driving it who has some wild hair. I saw him having an interview yesterday as well, and it was good. David Bauman, what is the super chat go to see Pekko dance? 10.
What?
We need 7 more super chats. They can be $1.99.
No.
No. You need
We're
more
talking,
than $1.99.
we're talking about amount of the money. I don't know.
No, the super chat goes how many super chats we need.
Yeah, but dancing for me will be about the money. I don't know.
Danny Paz, left it great. Greetings, my friend. Hello, Danny. Did you have a great tour of Washington, D.C. yesterday? Driving around in my hoodie in 75-degree weather. 2023 Worlds at Hobby Action was great racing on Gar and Rivkin. It was very good racing.
Yeah.
It was. Janice, will any of the manufacturers release a low grip version of their car after this event? Highly unlikely. Because
most of the companies has a dirt spec car.
That's true.
Is this some kind of closer to this? I don't know.
But this type of surface is the exception now, not the rule. Does that make sense? In Australia, it's the exception because it's very popular and people run on this. It's the most popular type of surface. In America, there's still some pockets that race outdoors. I'm sure there's some pockets that race outdoors in Europe, but most 10-scale racing is done on carpet or high grip clay, in my opinion, or sugared or glued tracks. And this isn't low, this isn't low grip. That's it. It's sugared track racing. I saw there's also a Corrali full drive sign up to race, says Mark Wax 3D. Possibly they have a full line of cars. Yeah. What's up, Homer the Hustle? Will X-Ray recover from the two-wheel drive disaster and full drive? I think so. I think they will.
I think they will. It's just X-Ray forward has been generally super good. So I think they will be fine for forwarding. I think they will have better time and more posts in their Facebook for sure.
Janet says Mike Remy from Belgium is running the Corrali. Say Skew League, how dangerous is marshalling in an oil track? How slippery are oil tracks? I think they're fine as long as they don't get wet.
Yeah, I think you can break your ankle more easily than slip.
Because there's so much traction?
Yeah, because it sticks to your $1.99. Yeah, it sticks to your
Pete already sent a $49.99. Thank you, Pete. We greatly appreciate it. Yes.
Thank you.
Kevin Cass, I thought there would be a lot of new stuff popping up at this race, but I really haven't seen anything new because a lot of people thought people were going to be running 3-gear diffs and all that stuff. I'm sorry, it's not 3-gear diffs. Rear motor cars and all that stuff. But
yeah, I think there was some wings and bodies, something like that. And then I think Schumacher also had something new in their front end, and then also a bit different rear end. I saw some pictures like from the track. And yeah, it's like the kind of thing is that it's so different than normally. So maybe that's why they are not bringing that much new things. I mean, X-Ray bought a new chassis, but it didn't pay off.
We already talked about that.
Yeah.
We're probably not in X-Ray's good books right now. Smiley hand, good to see. He says, "Good morning, Lefty and Pekko. Good to see two-wheel drive with ribbed front tires. Some guys are running ribs. Some guys are running pins,
I
and
think
some guys are running,
most of them are running ribs on the high grip.
and I still think that it should be
during the daytime. But it's badass. I like it. They look cool.
What's the rumor for the new parts per manufacturer? AE, rear hubs, 3-gear, etc. Schumacher. I've only heard about the 3-gear. We're not there. I don't know what's going
Schumacher
on.
had new front end, like I said, and also something new in the back of the car.
Have removing the belt let Schumacher four-wheel drive lost its soul? I think they just kind of caught up with.
I think that was a good decision to make. A shaft car.
Do you think the belt drive will be better at this track?
No. I think the thing with the belt drive, it was that it had the fab, basically. Then at the time when Schumacher was like dominating 4WD, was when nobody had this front brake thing in the car, and Schumacher was the only one who had it, and we got so much advantage on that. And now when everyone did it for shaft car, I don't see a point anymore to run a belt car, because the problem with the belts, you have more friction and it's just draining out the battery more, and the belts are skipping maybe, and yeah, it's just more free with the shafts and lighter.
So we have a discussion in the chat about them using the B6 gearbox. I think why you're not seeing new stuff as well is that like a company like AE has so much parts they can pull from as well, and Schumacher and X-Ray.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna make new stuff. They just got to go back to using some of the old stuff that they had. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. And I think most of the Australian drivers are running the older gearbox in the car.
Absolutely. Beer and bratwurst. I really like this low grip worlds. It's off-road, outdoor off-road. Shouldn't be like racing on carpet. There we go. But I don't think this is going to become the norm, because at the end of the day, people are still going to want traction and clean cars and racing indoors.
Yeah, it's true. But it's just, this looks super cool. So I think it would be nice to have more these kind of races.
It would be. It's nice. Look, I am a fan of all racing, right?
Yeah,
except wet dirt with the wrong tires on and the cars going slow around the track. That is not fun to me. I just like to see the best of the best compete. George Lane, how much longer will it be until we ultimately have a carpet worlds? I think we have a carpet worlds every year. It's called the Florida Carpet Championships. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a carpet worlds. The worlds is going to Europe next time around.
No, we're talking about China. I think.
Oh no,
that
China
might be a factor. Yeah.
No, it can't go to China. No, the 10 scale worlds can't go to China.
I know that what they were saying, that next year they could have. No, next
How could
time.
it go to FEMCA twice?
I don't know. Maybe if there is no club to make the worlds in Europe, then yes, it goes back to FEMCA.
Oh, you know where it might go? It goes to FEMAR. And FEMAR doesn't have a track. That's what it is. FEMAR's next.
Oh, yeah.
Because 2019 was Europe, 2023 was USA. This year is obviously Australia, so it goes to FEMAR. So it might go back to FEMCA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it will go back to FEMCA and China. Probably.
It definitely takes a decent amount of modification for them to get the B6 laid on in there with modifications to the transmission case and chassis. Break out those Dremels.
Exactly.
That's what they invented
you can
for.
do whatever with the Dremel.
Chad says, I like to see a UK Worlds outdoor on Astro. I would try to go. Robin Hood would be great. That would be awesome. I loved the Euros they had there.
It was actually cool.
Yeah. Did you go?
Yeah, I was 15 forward.
How old were you back then?
I was already 18.
No way.
I think
At
I was
Robin Hood?
19. Yeah, I think I was 19.
That was like 2000 and
Oh, you talk about
Euros. Which Hall won and Carap won.
yeah, it was 2021. What's the first Euros after COVID?
You know who I'm surprised is not at this race either? Noah Ben Muhammad. I just realized that.
Yeah.
He's a 10 scale racer.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
is.
there. Huh.
Max said Robin Hood was 2022.
And how old are you now?
22.
How old are you? 22?
Yeah, I'm 22.
Okay, so that was what, 3 years ago? Yeah. Shit.
19.
Yeah, you were. Let's see. MX304 says, I want to see the 10 scale worlds on the carpet at the new touring car facility in China. But they have
they will have a dirt
Yeah.
dirt race on a natural dirt track, I guess. At least for now it is natural dirt. So I think that would be cool. It's under the roof and also it's a good size. So that would be amazing.
It is.
Amazing.
Felix Sandbergs, to be fucked. We are missing out on spy shots compared to the E-Buggy worlds.
Exactly.
But
Where's Max?
You don't have Max there, fucking just like a fly on the wall. Snip, snip.
Yeah. I think Red RC is quite like he goes and asks from everyone, "Do you want me to take pictures?" And most of the people says no, so he's not going to take.
Max says, "Yeah, I don't really get why these guys don't go out and just spy shot the stuff. Who are at this race? It's not like people hide the stuff from me either."
Yeah, but did you ask?
Janus says, our club used to have a clay track, but it's a lot of work, and drivers out of the club needed a ball diff and special tires, so many didn't bother. We are all Astro now. Is it Astro over the clay, or is it just like flat Astro with jumps? Because I think I like when they do the Astro over the clay the most, because it still gets rough, and it's still, it has elevation and deviations. And we got a super chat from Sam Carsters. Thank you, Sam Carsters. We greatly appreciate it. That's
Thank
5
you, Sam.
super chats. We're almost to our goal. Thank you
Then
very
you're gonna
much.
Dance?
No, you're dancing.
What?
I'm surprised nobody.
I didn't make a deal.
Hey, I am surprised nobody has screenshot and made a meme out of me dancing with my poor dog yesterday. Charlie Mack, AE released a teaser reel yesterday I did see that, of a Nitro engine running with the Tex RC10. The release drops at 12 noon PST. What vintage car are they releasing next? I wonder what car they're releasing with Nitro.
Nitro 2 Witty. Making a new class.
No. Smiley Hen, it's nice to see a dirt track for 110 scale worlds. It's sad that more normal dirt tracks aren't still around. My 8 scale track, Mike's Golf Hobbies and Raceway, recently started grilling the track, talk about insane grip and 8 scale. And I bet you it's better for them maintenance wise as well. I've heard about that, and people seem to like it, and they can
for sure gluing or oiling or doing whatever. It's just much easier for the companies and everything to give good condition on the track, and just easier.
All right. Do you guys have any more questions? Mr. Chili says, I like the cars look slow with this track on video. Reminds me of my old nice days. I hate it. I hate it.
Was actually funny.
It
was actually funny to watch the first practices yesterday when these old school cars, rear motor cars, were driving around the track. It looked like some racing from 2000.
MX304 says it's a Nitro 10 scale RC10 buggy, basically just a gas truck with buggy suspension. Boo. Not excited. What's up, Rick Maroney? Hi from Down Under, guys. Hi from Down Under. Well, tomorrow we're going live at 11 o'clock again, and tomorrow we'll be talking about a world champion at some point, and hopefully Lots of good racing. I wanted to give a big kudos to the people at the track. I think the track looks exceptional with all the banners and everything laid out around. It looks nice from what I've seen. The coverage has been great as well. Shout out to RC Race Media. My only complaint is the damn no announcing, because I know it sucks.
It sucks.
Hope I'm living it up down here. I'm home in the DR. Wonder why we don't find any different surface for 10 scale. Maybe rubber plates, vinyl. So
hey, I have a thing for this. That's what we have already done in Finland. We have been running on concrete. Also, I think it was like some kind of rubber thing that they put on the floor for like where they do electricity work or something. We have run on that. Yeah, we have done some different things, and yeah, it's totally different than everywhere else.
You know,
it's kind of fun, but it's fun to race, but not that fun to practice.
Works up or whatever that track is in the UK. That's on some caulking or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's like cork floor or something. So that's also different.
Mike Cass says, I'm going to make a GoFund account for next Worlds. Going to large events is expensive. You know what? We actually might start a GoFund to get to the touring car worlds.
Yeah, you need to.
We
need to have
China.
Invisible Speed to pay some for you guys. And then we can do good coverage.
Yeah.
I think that would be
I do wish I would have entered his worlds. I like going with Max too. So I kind of like to take Max. I don't know how we're going to get Max to China. He's going to have to catch a boat or hot air balloon or something.
He can drive. No, he can take a train through Russia.
Really?
Yeah, you can take.
It probably takes a week to get there.
Yeah, but he can take a train. Just the hardest thing is to get into Russia right now.
Really? Thank you, Peter. Lunch break donation. We appreciate it, sir. Greatly appreciate it. I know you're working hard there. And thank you for all the support. He's also a YouTube member as well. You can also support my YouTubes as well. Michael Gillette. The nice element of these outdoor tracks is that it's slightly get offline. They'll lose some grip, which allows for others to cleanly pass. Yes, exactly. I would agree there.
That's what we were talking about also. That when you overcook a corner, it's easy to get past from the behind. So I think it will be good.
I have to admit, I did enjoy driving on the sugar track at Newberry this year, the race I went to, and it was fine in that line. But as soon as you got a little bit of car, Chad was there. As soon as you got that car off to the side a little bit, it was like donuts for days, holiday on ice. You can get into Russia from Estonia and then catch a train from St. Petersburg to China. Okay, he's already planned out his way to get there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Bauman's funny. Bauman is funny. All right. Max has got it all planned out. He's already. Issue is Western cards don't work in Russia, so you need Russian cash to do that. All right, guys. Do you have any more questions? We're gonna wrap it up here. Let's have a look at our poll. Our poll is done. We got 105 votes. Let's end that poll. And let me bring it up for you guys so you can see. We want to thank you all for participating in the poll. We greatly do appreciate it. We want to thank everybody for coming into the YouTube chat. So here we go. Let me see if I can't make that bigger, I don't think. Who looks to be the biggest threat to Marcus Carp? We just think he's probably the obvious that's going to win her. 35% of you say Rivkin, 31% say Bada, 21% say Orlowski, and 13% say other.
You forgot to put my favorite.
Who's your favorite? I wanted to put Kovacic, but I had to put him under other. I wish YouTube would allow us to have more more options. Exactly. If they water the track again overnight, look for slower runs in Q5. So. Remember how yesterday I kind of was pissed off and we were pissed off about them staggering the qualifiers and all that stuff? I would say on a track where it's such a big difference like this, I get it. So I'm retracting my statement to an extent. Go ahead.
Tomorrow, top is going to start.
Yeah. So this could be a chance. This could be a chance for Fenn to make some Emirates or maybe X-Ray. It doesn't matter. They're still not going to make the final.
No. They're not going to make the final. But maybe they can make themselves look a bit better. But I don't know.
You know what? I should make another poll. Who do you think is going to take TQ of Q5? Let me do that right now.
I think they will have a practice before one round of practice. Yeah. So it's not going to be that, it's not going to be that bad. So I think it's still going to be. But as we saw today, I think like Daniel took the TQ in the last round, the fourth round. So I think that could be a mix-up also.
Who do you guys think? That's a good. Who is going to take TQ of Q5? That's the only thing we could bet against right now. If we was betting, which would be fun, we could bet on this. Q5 will be at 9:30. What's that EST time, Max? That's
You know what might happen? Imagine Cole Toller taking the TQ like he did.
That'd be awesome.
Hobby action.
That would be awesome. I like Cole CFT.
Yeah, that's been doing good.
All right, so we got some people in here. Max says Kobovic will take TQ. What's up, X-Attack? He says it feels dystopian to think X-Ray could miss the A-main. Could. I think they already missed.
They already missed.
If there were two heats, would it make sense to stagger? What's up, Rimfire? Welcome to the chat. He is in agreement that the stagger heat thing doesn't make sense at all.
It does not make sense. Like Carlos Gomez said, that if you are in the first hit, it's your fault.
So that means if you do well?
Yeah, that means that, yeah, basically.
All right. Calvin Bruce says Nate Sutherland TQ if track gets 5.6. Nate has been very good. Very impressive, Nate. Very impressive, Nate.
He could do that also.
Max says 7:30 EST, I think it is. Yeah, that sounds about right. Mr. Chili, he is picking Kato. Good pick. Good pick. I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be upset with that.
I wouldn't. I would be happy.
I think Bada's going to TQ.
I think it will be someone from the second B hit. I think it will be someone from the B hit. Either Kobovic or Spencer or Brock.
That's okay. That's all possible. All very much possible. Captain Cow, do you not want to do well? Who do we not want to do well? I want
that everybody does well.
I kind of want to see somebody new win a world championship. That's what I want. And I'm not saying I have anything against Rivkin winning. If he wins it, great. That's 3. He's got 3 two-wheel drive world championships. I want to see somebody new win it. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, me too.
Do you feel that Tommy Hall, Tom Rennick, and Yunan Hotnen still have a chance to get into the show if they have a good Q5? Good question.
Yes, I think Tommy and Tom has a good chance. It also depends that how everyone else is doing, but they have a good chance. Jona, it depends how everyone else is doing, but if the points would be right now, he would need to be at least second or third in the round to be 10th right now. But that also, like, Ongaro could do a bit better, and then it would
You know who
Knock
we
him
should
out
bring in her
tomorrow.
tomorrow with us? Max, are you home? We should bring Max in tomorrow with us.
It would be too long.
Yeah, because then we wouldn't be able to get a word in.
Yeah.
He's in the chat. So Max says Hall and Riddernick can get in with a 6th.
Hey, you know what? I have a better thing. If we can get this super chats full, we will bring Max.
Yeah. See? He says, I'll come on tomorrow, I think. Be prepared for tangents. Also, I wanted to say a big thank you to the chairman, Will Venables. He's out there. He's the NNRC guy. And me and Max can join. Leave out. Somebody has to control all you freaking Finnish people. Somebody has to control you guys.
RC. It's not the same guy.
If you, Max, and JQ get together in her, we'll get canceled. I would have to. I don't know if I can handle. I can.
I think you need to pay for YouTube to make that happen. At least JQ is banned.
Less
misinformation.
Oh,
That's true. I have been correcting you quite a lot.
You did. Yesterday I was wrong. Today not so much.
Yeah, not so much today, but a bit.
I couldn't handle all 4 of you together. Then you guys will start talking Finnish. What's the word? What's the word I use for emergency crap? Baskahata. Baskahata. How do we get the super chats full? Well, you got to pledge one there, Andrew. I am rooting for Bada to take TQ tomorrow. That's what I'm rooting for.
That's what JQ also says. Hashtag Bada time.
I would say that I agree with you, JQ. Bada. Ian Kun says
I will say hashtag Kobevik time. Norwegian sledgehammer.
That's the only Finnish word I know. Because every time after the race at E-Buggy Worlds, I was like, Max, I have to go. I have to do a massive paskata. Which means I have to go to the hotel and drop a massive poop. Because that's what time we could bring him in. Only if JQ promises to behave himself. The problem is when you get JQ and Max together, they try to one-up each other in rudeness.
Yeah, and then if you start to argue with them, it will be non-stop.
And then they're like, I can be more woke than you. Watch. Next thing you know, everybody's going.
It would end up that I would be just sitting here, don't say anything, and you would be the same. Maybe say a couple words somewhere, and then JQ and Max going.
I have a spoon because I was stirring my coffee and I always pick up something. And then I would have to mute JQ and kick him out of this. Kick him out. But like, all right, JQ, that's enough. Go on. Last time I had these two together, it's uncontrollable because they just one up on who can be the rudest.
Yeah, maybe we can make sure that JQ did double medicine before. And Max, I don't know. I don't know how we can control Max.
Only 2 PR cars, and one is Julian Hardy. The other is someone in the front end of the PR car, and I'm not even worried about PR cars, to be honest. JQ used to run PR cars, and Max.
Yeah.
JQ says, I tried to fix their cars, but they didn't listen. I cannot be stated enough how good the lighting is at night at the track. I need to know what size LED panels they're using. Reach out to the Hills RC crew.
I think they said they were so expensive.
Check them out.
I think they were super expensive.
JWRC, I want to see this live blow up. And No. Trust me. Trust me. I can't handle that stress of Max and JQ arguing with each other. Could you? So Max is JQ's creation, but to a different level, right? And then JQ is still JQ.
Yeah.
So it would just be like me and Pekko would just be there along for the ride, and I was like, all right, I had enough of this. Mute. And then he would keep on muting himself. Don't mute me. Don't do this. Max Moore says, I made the USB man with PR as a kid.
That's cool, dude.
All right. Well, so there's a possibility that we'll have JQ on her tomorrow.
But you know what? I know that he's not gonna do.
Yeah, he says this now, and then he won't be here. Just like he's like,
his
I'm going to be on the E-Buggy Worlds recap. Nah, I don't want to do it.
At least he's not gonna practice here any touring car because he's still banned from the track.
Is he banned from the touring car track too?
Yeah, both. They're in the same place. He's banned from everywhere.
Then he got in an argument with Oscar Janskin in China. Oh, Murillo Family Fishing. We're going to call it on this question. Pekko, if you were to create a professional wrestling super team of RC car racers, I love this guy's questions. Who would be your version of the Four Horsemen? Woo! You got to be one of them, even if you are the manager. So I don't know if you know anything about wrestling, but the Four Horsemen was like Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, and Paul Orndorff. And they were like these badass guys that used to be in the 1980s. Pekko, are you still there? I think Pekko froze up. Hello? I don't know what happened to Pekko. Maybe I froze up. But who would be my Four Horsemen? And you said Pekko's got to be one of them? It would be Pekko. Yeah, Pekko's gone. Pekko lost internet. Am I still here? oh no, Pekko froze up. I would pick, so I'll give you my four. I love this question, Murillo. Good question. I would give it would be Pekko, Mayfield, can it be old school racers too? Jeremy Courts. And oh, he's back. But he has no. Pekko, are you there?
Yeah. Oh. You know what happened? My phone ran out of battery, so my internet cut off.
It's you're on the shitty internet now.
Yeah, what?
Bullrock. I would put Bullrock in there. So my Four Horsemen would be.
So what was the question?
So the Four Horsemen were this like wrestling group from back in the day.
Yeah.
And my pick was you, Jeremy Courts, Mayfield, and Bullrock. And you know who I have as manager? I have two managers. I have Greg Degani and JQ as your managers.
Yeah. Those guys would be the managers for me also, for sure.
But who would be your four wrestlers? Who would be your four? You're included. You can be a manager. Who would be your three teammates in your Four Horsemen?
I would not want to be involved in it. I could be the boss man, okay? And then there would be two managers, Degani and Joseph.
Dude, you're breaking up bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like your audio. Let's turn off your video. And then we'll just have audio. No, don't. Just turn off your video.
No, I shouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, just turn off your video and go to.
You think it is? It is that?
There we go. Maybe that'll be a little better.
Maybe now. Is it better?
There we go.
I close some things. Okay, so I think you know the guys in 8 scale on road Nitro. They're all puffed up.
Tony Gruber.
Tony Gruber and also Balestri.
Balestri?
They're like big guys.
Okay.
And I think who else? Burak. Burak with those guys, I think it would be a good team.
I picked Burak too. Actually, it was a great suggestion by 6Q. I like those questions, Mauricio. He had a good one yesterday.
Yeah. We need to have good questions more.
Cool.
Those are nice. I like it.
Sweet. Well, I think that was a good recap of day 2. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. Burak would be explosive in a See why we can't have Max and JQ together on the podcast? You see?
I know.
Oh my goodness. It would be out of just complete chaos. Oh my goodness. But I hope one of them do come on. Or both. But
Max picked Brandon Rose.
He picked Brandon Rose. Hey, Brandon Rose is jacked too.
He's jacked. Yeah, he is. He could be like a fast guy, you know?
Yeah. We want to thank you all for your support. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. We will be going live at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning to recap the finals of the 10 scale world championships. And we'll be crowning a world champion tonight. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you in the chat. I'm in there. I just don't comment on the chat much because I'm watching. And we greatly appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for everything. And join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And Mauricio, come up with some good questions like that. I really enjoy this interacting with you guys. I think Pekko enjoys it. Thank you, Pekko, for your time. Thank you, Will Venables, for your time for getting me those videos. I know you're uber busy over there. And thank you guys for everything, man. Thank you to all the sponsors that make this possible. They are J Concepts, High Tech, Sidewinder, Latera Racing, Invisible Speed, ML Toys, Side Piece Racing, Dollar Hobbies, Elite RC Productions, Fly Sky, Get Shit Done Coffee, RC Project, Mayako, Techno RC, Beach RC, Racecraft USA, and Clinic RC. And a big shout out to you guys, the NNRC squad around the world. Also a big shout out to the patrons and YouTube members of this podcast. Lefty and Pekko were out. And it was fun having Max in the chat. And we'll see you guys. See you later, Pekko. See you tomorrow, buddy.
See you tomorrow.